Today we're going to be assembling a motorcycle carrier that goes into a 2-inch hitch. Of course, going through the instructions, we're always left wanting. They give us the breakdown of which parts are included, but when they talk about bolts, they just list 12. They don't list sizes, and of course we've got varying sizes of bolts. So it's going to be a little bit of a trial and error to figure out which ones go where. This piece bolts onto the main part of the frame, but there's a gap between these pieces, which means that of my choice of the 12 bolts, I've got short ones and long ones. I'm going to have to use the longer ones.
The actual assembly is simple. Not too many bolts. The crossbars mount underneath the carrier. On either end are loops that are used for your tie-down straps. The front wheel chock is mounted at the end of the ramp to prevent the bike from rolling off the end of the ramp as you put it in. There's then the drop leaf with adjustable mounting holes. In the end, I ended up not using the drop leaf. They also supply a bracket that helps prevent the frame from twisting.
I just noticed got a bent pin. I'm going to have to hammer that back into shape. When reading the review on this ramp, several people suggested adding some anti-slip tape, some grip tape, something you'd find on a skateboard, because this surface is pretty smooth, and when pushing a bike up the ramp and on here, you want the tires to have that extra grip. So let's put it on both the trailer portion and the ramp. I remember that there are holes in the ramp for the bolts that secure it into the trailer, so we just need to find those holes. Here we go. And cut them out. This is the trailer in its normal position, lined up with the back of the SUV. You can see that we are about 27 inches for the height of this trailer. The handlebars of the bike are about 39 inches from the ground. So when the bike is on the trailer, the handlebars are up here, which means when pushing up the ramp, you're going to have your arms fully extended to keep the weight of the bike up here. So that's why we're lowering this. Using this drop. So now let's put this in and see how much lower we get.
We're now down to 20 inches, which is awesome. With the handlebar height at 39 inches, this will now put the handlebars at about shoulder height.
With the hitch drop that I purchased, you can see that it places the new hole quite a few inches from where it originally sits. And when I place the trailer for the bike into this new hitch, the entire trailer is so far behind my SUV, I want to bring it in. So I've removed this piece from the trailer. I mocked it up on the SUV and identified where I want to make a new hole. So, picked up a 5/8 drill bit, and let's get cracking. success. I think I might be just a touch off square, but I think this is going to be okay because the hole on the hitch receiver does have a little slop, so I think I might be okay. If not, then what I'm going to do is get a file or a Dremel and see if I can straighten out these holes. The original was here, but with the, I think we're good. Let's try it out. All right. Looks like we're good. So let's see if we can get the bike on.
I wasn't sure how to strap down the bike to the trailer until I actually had the bike on the trailer. The front was pretty easy because I just strapped around the front forks, not putting any compression load on the forks themselves. I put one strap on either side. The rear of the bike is really where I ran into trouble. I wasn't sure where I should strap down onto. And again, I know I wanted to avoid putting pressure on the rear shocks. I decided to strap down onto the rear sway bar. But these ratchet straps had long leads, and the distance around the loop and around the sway bar was too short that I wasn't able to ratchet up all of the slack without the buckle hitting into the sway bar. Lots of trial and error and coming up with different scenarios.
Back through the other side. Rear sway bar.
I finally came up with an idea to shorten up that front lead. I pushed a loop of the strap through and then slid the hook through the loop. Once I passed a hook through, I pushed it through even further so it wouldn't come out, and then pulled the strap tight. That shortened the lead just enough that I was able to ratchet down the strap without the buckle hitting the sway bar.
half bike will travel. Well, if I can fix it, so can you.